What's up, my peeps? I'm back with part 2 of my simulation of AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship match that will take place this Sunday, and of course this is also my detailed prediction for the match. So first off, in this match, I am going with Roman. I do think Roman is going to retain the title and win this. Now, one of the reasons for that is the whole angle they're going with here, and the whole them teasing that, hey, is AJ Styles working with Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson. I mean, they are his friends, so is he behind those attacks? And are they going to help him out this Sunday at Payback against Reigns to ensure that AJ Styles walks out with the championship? And they've done things in the past that are very close to this. Whenever they tease something, whenever there's questions, when the commentators bring it up and they're like, yo, is this gonna happen this Sunday? Is this guy, like bluffing, or is he, I don't know, not being honest, or this and that? Like, for instance, let me give you guys an example. Back when Eddie Guerrero was feuding with Batista for the World Heavyweight Championship, at the time Batista was a face, he was a world champion, and Eddie, before entering the feud, before going into the feud with Batista and being named #1 contender, he was a heel. And he was a heel that had done really bad things to Rey Mysterio in their feud. And so then he was like, you know what, I'm a changed man, this and that. Batista, let's be friends, let's have a fair fight or whatever. And so throughout the entire feud, throughout the entire build-up towards the match, Eddie Guerrero was trying to prove that, hey, I'm a good guy now, this and that, and the commentators were doubting it, and they were like, yo, this Sunday, man, Eddie's probably gonna go back to his old ways, and the other commentator, the face one, or the heel one, whatever, was questioning whether or not Eddie was gonna go back to his old ways, and he's just tricking Batista, and Batista was, kind of doubting Eddie. And so, what happened once they actually had the match? Nothing happened. Eddie did not turn heel, he didn't use a chair, although he did think about it, and that was it. Batista retained. And another example, one more, back when Christian was the world champion for that short time, at SummerSlam, had a match with Randy, and during the build-up, he was like, you know what? I have something, I have a plan, I have the best thing going. So, the commentators were like, yo, Christian has something up his sleeve, and the match was a no-holds-barred match, so if you had somebody to help him out, he would win. And then, what ended up happening, that plan that he had ended up being Edge, who called him a bitch, and didn't help him out. So, bottom line, what I'm trying to say is when the commentators and all that really tease something, they're like, yo, there's a strong chance here that this guy is tricking this guy, or he's got this plan or whatever, usually doesn't end up happening or ends up backfiring on that person. In this case right here, what do I think is going to happen? How do I think Roman Reigns is going to retain? I think Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson are actually going to somehow cost AJ Styles the match. Maybe not intentionally. I'm not saying they're going to come out and they're like mad that AJ Styles doesn't want, their help or something like that. Although I wouldn't be surprised if that happens too. But what I think is most likely going to happen is they unintentionally cost AJ Styles the match. Maybe they come out to help him out once, Roman Reigns is like preparing for the spear, and then the Usos come out and they fight it out, and then, I don't know, that distraction distracts AJ, and that distraction allows Roman Reigns to go ahead and spear AJ. Or, they come out trying to help AJ, and AJ's like, yo guys, I don't need your help, and that distraction allows Roman Reigns to hit the spear once AJ Styles turns around. That's the most likely scenario I see taking place this Sunday at Payback. I've seen a bunch of people throw out that, hey, Roman Reigns is turning heel this Sunday at Payback, and he's going to form a new Bullet Club with Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Luke Gallows. But I don't think that's the case. I mean, look at Roman Reigns throughout this freaking entire feud. Before even this entire feud started, the people have been booing Reigns for a while now. It's not new. And all of a sudden, people think that he's turning heel this Sunday at Payback, I guess because, you've got Luke and Karl in there, and maybe that's like the new faction for Roman. But the thing is, guys, if you look at how they've really tried to mask the boos for Roman Reigns and all of that. They've tried to, lower the audio of the crowd so you don't hear the boos as much and all of that. What makes you think they're gonna go ahead and then accept it that, hey, the crowd is booing Reigns, let's go ahead and turn him heel? To me, it seems like they're set on Roman Reigns being a face, just like they're set, or they were set, pretty sure they're still set, on John Cena being a face. I don't think Roman Reigns is going to turn heel. I don't even know if he's going to turn heel at some point. I don't know. They might just go the John Cena route, and that's it for Roman Reigns. He's now a face forever. Although, there's still a couple years left. Maybe they change their minds about John Cena or something like that. Probably not, though. And as far as Reigns goes, obviously they want him to be the face of the company. The face of the company has always been a face. And with how they've been trying to protect Roman Reigns, or trying to make it seem like the people aren't booing Roman Reigns, masking the boos, and on SmackDown replacing the boos with cheers and all that, obviously they don't want the crowd to boo Reigns. And so, why would they turn him heel? Anyways, and also on top of that, Luke Gallows and Karl went ahead and attacked the Usos, and they attacked Roman like 2-3 weeks in a row. And so, why would all of a sudden they align themselves with Reigns and they pretend like nothing happened? Was this all a setup? Seems like a pretty dumb setup to have yourself attacked by the same guys you're trying. It just, to me, it doesn't make sense. Anyways, like I said, the most likely scenario is they unintentionally cost AJ the match. Another scenario I could possibly see, maybe, is Finn goes ahead and debuts on the main roster. He debuts on Payback and forms the Balor Club with Karl and Luke. But the thing is, if they do that and then go ahead and cost AJ the match intentionally, then in that case, I don't think there's going to be a rematch between AJ and Roman Reigns at the next pay-per-view. Because if that happens, then I'm pretty sure AJ is going to want to go ahead, or AJ is going to go ahead and form some sort of team, whether it's temporary or permanent, or nothing's permanent, but a team to face off against Finn, Luke, and Karl at Extreme Rules. So, I'm not sure about Finn debuting. I know he lost the NXT Championship, and usually when you lose the NXT Championship, you go ahead and move on to the main roster, but that's usually after a rematch or two. And I know Finn said, hey, I'll see you guys on Monday. Well, hey, he wasn't there on Monday. And also, Balor's posted teasers before on Instagram. People are like, oh, is he going to make his debut on Raw or this and that? And it ends up being like a t-shirt or something like that. And there was a promo out there of him in NXT saying that he's staying in NXT. So, I don't think he's going to go ahead and make an appearance at Payback. Although I'm not completely ruling it out. It could be a possibility, but I don't think it's, the most likely thing to happen there. Another possible thing that they could go with is Karl and Luke going ahead and intentionally costing AJ the match. Just Karl and Luke, maybe they're mad that AJ Styles doesn't want their help or something like that. And on top of all these reasons that I've already given you guys as to why AJ's not winning this, Roman Reigns just won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania after this, long storyline where the Authority was screwing over Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns kept on getting screwed over by the Authority, losing the title each time because something they pulled or Sheamus cashing in, this and that. And at WrestleMania, he finally beat the boss. He finally beat, the final boss, Triple H. And if they were to have Roman lose the title to his first challenger after this long road, this long journey where he finally beats the final boss and, wins back the title, it just doesn't seem like something they do. They like Roman Reigns, having him lose the title after finally getting it from the guy that's been screwing him over just doesn't make sense to me. And also, on top of that, with this being Payback, and there not being a rematch between Roman and Triple H, usually there is a rematch, and with a pay-per-view called Payback, I feel like we could still see Triple H make an appearance here and attack Roman after the match. Not during the match, but I can see Roman retaining, and then if they don't want to go with an AJ versus Roman rematch at Extreme Rules, Triple H goes ahead and hits Roman with a sledgehammer, setting up some sort of no DQ match between the two where Triple H can actually use the sledgehammer in the match. Because let's not forget, he did try to use it at Mania. But that's only if they don't go to rematch between AJ versus Roman, which I think they will at Extreme Rules. So, that's pretty much it. Let me know if you think the Bullet Club will either help or cost AJ in the comment section. See ya.